series of tapes, Psychology versus Theology, were recorded from classes held this year with the master teacher, Dr. Malachi York, also known to us as Naya Malachi Zaduk El and Avenue Rakta, our own Pharaoh. Now listen with an open mind and heart as our Grand Master inflames you with only the truth. Allow your inner light to flow again and stamp out misinformation with only the facts. And now listen to the Supreme Grand Master, Naya Malachi Zaduk El.
I was once a student of the Messengers. I never officially became part of the organization, primarily because of a lot of the same issues that were outlined in the book, Dr. Daoud versus Sheikh Daoud versus Farr. I had trouble with Farr, but on the other hand, I would not be standing right here were it not for the benefits that I received as a result of being part of the organization. And I just want some clarification because I know that a lot of times some of the comments that are made would give maybe newcomers or people first time, second time, third time the impression that HTM is against the Nation of Islam. I know that that's not the case, but let's talk about the relationship, if any. I mean, are there any relations between the organization? There are a lot of things that are very much common between the two, doctrines. But I'm trying to get some better understanding of what HTM's position is towards the Nation of Islam, towards the Messengers, towards the Shakar, because it would be really easy for me or anyone else to walk away thinking that the Nation of Islam are bad guys.
He made certain predictions about what to expect in the future in relation to his organization. One of the main things he said is that there won't be any successor after me, right, from the Nation of Islam. He made that real clear. He said, because I met with God, and I'm God's messenger, I mean. Right. And therefore, you cannot have a successor after a person who meets God. Only God can come again. That's what he said. And then he went on to explain what he meant by that. To keep people from being themselves. He said, what I mean by that is, after me, a person is going to come. And he is going to do things. For instance, he will produce pamphlets by the hundreds. Like when we fall off the sky like rain. He will introduce you to a new language and a new name. He said he will not be of the Nation of Islam. Right? He'll call himself an angel incarnate. He said he'll come out of the east under the west and be raised up amongst it. He is his own prophet. He'll produce a new book, a book that talks from here into the hereafter. And it will be called the Book of Land. It will be initiated by the land. You know him by these signs. Alright, so what happens is, Uncle Elijah Muhammad meets an untimely death, right? And meanwhile, an organization is in process. And on several occasions, he literally says, the man is already here, but y'all don't know him. The organization already exists. He made a literal statement that everything will change as of 1970. He said that when talking to Louis Lomax in an interview on the stage. And so the markers, they said, Louis Lomax said to him, so the way the nation used to dress was, Akbar only used to wear white robes. He said, well, I can't imagine anybody coming to a Christian who's pretending to be a news reporter. I can't imagine anybody coming to America and telling any black people anything in long white robes. Meanwhile, a group of people was growing in 1930 called Ansar Allah, or Nubian Islamic people, who wore long white robes and was passing out pamphlets, and thousands of Nubians in America were buying these pamphlets from these people while he was making the statement. He made it prior to the incident, actually, and then after about a couple of years it started to happen. So what we were confronted with was more so, why are you not seeing that the prophecy of the messenger, Elijah Muhammad, has come to pass in another organization? What is the problem? Everything he said, you call him a prophet is generally identified by someone who prophesied. Right? You call him a messenger, he brought a message, he brought it to a certain level. Right? Elijah Muhammad had a very good program until certain individuals stepped in and started, ministers started, taking it, opinionating it. Alright. Everything was clear to us. Alright? The prophecy fulfilled themselves. Yet, in comes Word Muhammad. Al-Flaywood died in 1976 or 75, or then when he died. say today, income working mother who had been out of the Nation of Islam, not been involved with Sunnis at the time because he was off. He had got caught in drug trafficking problems, some little things, scandals, which anybody could be guilty of. I'm not trying to do that, I'm just saying, but he was not an active member of the Nation of Islam. He comes walking in, and family members override the fact that Farrakhan and all of us knew he thought he would be the rightful successor, even though the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said on countless times, there is no successor after me. Only God himself can come after me first. And the problem is defining God himself according to their teachings, not according to Christian teachings, not according to Muslim teachings of the world, but if he said, we got to look at what he meant by God himself. He meant that another man is going to come like Farad, a man, and this man is going to be the wisest person on earth at the time. He'll be the wisest man, he'll be the supreme being. But remember, the Nation of Islam clearly stated that everybody is God, and all of y'all are God. And that amongst the gods, there must be one that is a teacher or a supreme being. That's what is supreme and being. Christians often mistake with supreme being with supernatural being. And supernatural being or supernatural and supreme being are not the same thing when you start looking at words. So our problem came with why are we having such a hard time seeing that the prophecies of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was already fulfilled. And that the Nation of Islam, as he said, fell away. It fell apart even with Farrakhan and even with word of Muhammad. It had died. And then they tried to resurrect it, and this was part of the prophecy too. He used Thessalonians as a quote of the Nation of Islam falling away and coming back. You know what I'm saying? And then this new organization, he said, is going to be appealing to everybody. He even talked about Islam. He said, you can unite everybody without the race here. He started changing his philosophy on racism there the last couple of speeches, to be backtracked. So our problem came up with Farrakhan, and we're like, why is Farrakhan pretending that this is not the organization? I mean, he's my brother like anybody else, but why is he holding back so many people? And then I understand what great pretender means. Great pretender means when you have a million-man march that was really initiated by Christians, ministers, and that 90% of the people there were Christians, but you take credit for it as if it's an Islamic million-man march, as if those people out there were a million black Muslims, when actually there was less than 5% of the people there were black Muslims. Then I understand content. Then I want to know, do you have another agenda? And then in the following couple of weeks you say, my new agenda is politics. Then again I reflect back on what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught when he said, do not get involved in politics and drag because you ain't got a chance. That's right. You're going to lose. So I said, so why is he telling us now to go down the path of politics when Elijah Muhammad said, so these to me should have been signs to the people in the Nation of Islam that Brother Farrakhan wants to be the leader more than he really wants to lead people in the right direction. And our word of Muhammad's sole purpose was to lead them back in the hands of failed Arabs, trying to turn them back over to them as Arabs. Right? And that didn't work. Most people didn't follow him. So the people therefore were hungry, but not hungry enough to go back and research the prophecy, so that they can see if there's a man out here today that is fulfilling the prophecy. That's all. And they won't do that. So it appears that I have to keep coming back. Let me add it up. In 1990, Ansar Allah community as Sunni Islamic people was very powerful as an organization. People in the white news on all over it. They were starting to use us in movies like Brothers for Another Planet. They were using us like they used to Harry Christians. They were starting to pop up in movies. All the rap groups was part of our organization. You see, Queen my teeth and they put our flag. And we're moving. And of course, this is an economic war to get inside the black man's pocket between the Sunni Islamic people in Islam is a concern. If that's your motive, you know what I'm saying? Then it becomes a concern. And a concern, so I saw that their followers would start to walk up down on the street and say stuff like, y'all are this, and y'all are Muslims, and y'all are deviants, and so and so and so and so. So I said, okay. There's two ways to deal with this situation. One is for me to tell our brothers, when they walk up to you, stand square off like you're supposed to, and say, well, so what you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Or you whoop me, since you don't even want to fight. And I said, that's exactly the devil would love to see. We'd love to see two black organizations public in the streets of Manhattan. So they can make a big article about that. You know what I'm saying? And then tear us down. So I told our followers, the men just like the Nation of Islam, who had not the link of fear in their heart to go down the shade, they intimidate us, FOI intimidate us, we had our own cause wars to come, our own how we put together at that time to defend ourselves against failed Arabs. What are we thinking about? Nation of Islam and brothers and members, we were about to tell Arabs and how Nasir, the one who assassinated Rabbi Fahed James, would come to our class and try to lure me in so they can assassinate me. We know that the Arabs have a contract out on me to kill me because they want to stop me because I'm stopping you from going back into Arab slavery called Islam. So the thing is, they can't deal with me because I speak Arabic, I speak English, they can't, like MC Hammer, they can't touch me. Raising out from amongst you, out of the east and in the west, who's legit. So I said, we got a war going on with these Sunni Muslims, you know, and people like Siraj Bahad, a brother who was a minister, student in the Nation of Islam, and defected to one side of Islam, and he's bad-mouthing Farrakhan, and bad-mouthing us. I'm looking at this, I'm saying, this can go into a Muslim war. The Ansars, the Nation of Islam, and the Black Sunnis. And the only one that's going to profit from that is the Islamic Arab, because neither the Nation of Islam to me or the Sunni Muslims were able to see that Ramadan al-Islamiyah, that Islamic group, was sent here to destroy our black unity. That was part of the Muslim game, to divide us against each other. So what I did is I came up with a solution. I said, Ansar got so much stuff we're involved in, we do not have to be involved in the Lamb book and trying to explain their lessons to them. Because I called myself doing the Lamb book to show the similarity, because of my knowledge of Arabic, of the similarity to what the messenger was teaching and how it could blend in with fundamental Islam. If they want to take it that way and eliminate the unnecessary army, I can prove that Allah comes down to earth as a man. It's in the Quran in Arabic. But being nobody Nation of Islam to speak Arabic at the time, well enough, they couldn't do it, and it always made my brothers look stupid. And the Pale Arabs loved that because the foundation of their organization was that we're a black family and we should be together. And that's the only thing that bothered them was the fact that they were talking black Islam. So I wrote an apology. I said, okay, personally I put my pride aside. And I wrote an apology to the Nation of Islam and told all my followers to take the Lamb book and run it. This is a book that we paid to be printed. $2,000. If I never war, then we don't need our brothers. My brothers were starting to get fed up with them whooping them. And I'm not there. All of them said, I don't you a man like me, they have no opinion. They started to get mad. How do I stop each man on the street? They walk with him and grab him in the collar, then what's he going to do? He's going to defend himself, and when he punches one of them, then they're going to go to the temple, bring back FOI, and then the brothers going to come back to Brooklyn and bring us, and there's going to be a war. And the devil's going to be filming this, picturing this, and make a beautiful. So I said, I'll apologize. And I said, listen, the message, the message of the message is right like that. And I was talking about when he said, do for self. Go for self. But ain't nobody going to help us. This kind of stuff here. This is the latest newspaper. In Macon, Georgia. I got a color picture on the cover. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a color picture of you on the cover. Macon, Georgia. A black man. If you read it, you find out they don't even know nothing about us. Right? They say stupid stuff like, it's a compound. Then they quote the code in the county of Edenton where we're registered as a residential area. That they fought against us, but that eventually the board of permission approved us becoming a community. So we're not a compound of the military base. So the person who wrote it has a motive. They say you can't go in. And they're saying it's pictures of it. They got pictures of it. They're making it look like we're not on the roadside. It's just it's a long path that leads to, you know, a safe and everybody knows we're right out with the office right here, they don't walk and stand in front of it. And you can see it from the road. They're trying to make it look like we're back in the woods somewhere. The race kick out. Then they make the statement and they use a couple of names. The people's names that you really can't say nothing bad. Stay quiet, you don't bother nobody. But then other people who they have bad statements for, they say, these people do not want us to use their names. There's no way we'll know if these people really exist. You go to the person and say, if I try to go to the person now, we're going to say, would you like to know about us? I mean, the doors are open. They may look like y'all not sitting here today. It's a secret organization. Some of y'all are here for the first time, right? And you come in here and walk up there and find out what it's about. They make it look like that doesn't happen. That we're some secret organization that nobody says, well, when you pull up, it's up right there. When you pull up, you see a maroon Shriner flag and a blue Masonic flag. But we don't know what they're about. They have, it's not a religion. It's a fraternity, a fraternal order, and they have secrets. You know, angels don't call it a Shriner or a Knights of Columbus, or you don't have secrets. This kind of stuff. Know why it's bothering them? It's bothering them because this was the suburbs of Eden. We're in the suburbs and they're building pyramids up there. And we read the article, they couldn't say one thing about our racism again. They couldn't say it's a black organization. They couldn't say it's anti-white. They couldn't say black supremacy. So they targeted what they thought would space people up. And the title says, From Planet Rizq to Putnam. They either said, we from the 19th galaxy, Planet Rizq, you leave it. They go back around and keep that close to make you say, what? You know? We go to Revelation 21 and start reading and find out that it says that there's a city coming out of heaven. And that Jesus is on that city. Now, whether you go up there and read it, you know what I'm talking about. Real clear in the book of Revelation, that they mean, even in their four translations, that it describes a city coming out of heaven, and Jesus is on it, and it's coming to get a certain amount of people. Now, because of the hell box situation, these people are confronted with a reality that is an actual meteorite, also mentioned in here. In Revelation again, 9, speaks about a great star falling from heaven into the earth. And they have it called wormwood, and the folk called hellbox wormwood. And it changed its course now, everybody knows it. So now they're scared. And they see a group of people in the heart of Georgia, you people, doing your own thing. That was obvious. Well, you know what a cult is? A cult is a group of people that have one leader, and whatever he says or she says, everybody does. He said, you mean like me, Swagger, or all of them that were considered normal Christians until they went out and did some outlandish activity in America, and now they're back to being normal Christians. But you talk to, you say, no, like Jim Jones. And say, knock, 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 hello? Anybody in there? The lights are on. Jim Jones was not black, he was white. And you say, and like David Koresh, knock, 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 knock. Hello? Anybody home? David Koresh was not black, he was white. Now we got another group out in California, they go to knock, 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 knock. Hello? You know what I'm saying? Hello? Heavy Gate leader? Caucasian, not black. Could you please give us a black organization where we go over and commit suicide? There's no history of us going over and commit suicide. So now, look, our leaders don't ever have that much control over us. If it was, y'all would be sitting there saying, okay, now, we have to do something else. Don't come in here like this. Listen to everything he said. Y'all find out what this person or what these people are teaching is true. You come in here to criticize or to critique or to learn. Unlike going before most churches, the guy goes, you better shut up. And then some white people beat you up. You did not have nobody told you to come here, but following them, but they see in that area lined with cars. And they see a bunch of people, families, walking across the field into a building. Something that happens on Sunday all across this country. It's called church service. As long as you belong to one of the denominations that they have put their seal of approval on, which in most cases portrays us as less than human. As long as I will go, if they walked in here one time and saw a big old cross up there with a blonde hair, blue eyes, Jesus, they there you are. Shut up, people want to fight, come on. Like, move the cameras out, he's saying, you're Americans here. Because they had to wait until David Koresh, according to them, was calling himself Jesus before they got mad. Who got mad? Christian ministers who could have just as well proved David Koresh wrong. But it's so much easier to just go kill him and shut him up. It's economically. See, before David Koresh might make a fool out of them by pointing out things in the Bible that they don't see. Like Jesus came as a man. You might say, well, Jesus comes as a man, right? So God, and Jesus, God comes as a man, right? Well, okay, now, there's little simple things we throw them off, so it's so much easier just to go back. So now they see out here on this land, they got the dates wrong, they got the pipe and paper land wrong, they got all this, they got the name, they quoted my name. Let me show you my name. This is real cute. This is the way they play. Let me show you my name. Let's just say my name is Reverend John Henry Smith Jr. You got that? You remember that? Reverend John Henry Smith. That's the name. Got 4 parts to it. If I want to make you sound like you got a lot of different names, I say you are Bob, Robert, right? Bob what? Robert. I don't need Robert, but Bob is Robert. Bob, John, and Henry Smith, Jr. Next time I say you're Robert Smith, Jr. Next time I say you're Robert John Smith, Jr. And the 6th time I say Reverend John, and I can keep it, put the add Reverend, I can vary the names again. Look at the face. Esau Bella Muhammad. Esau had no man. He's the same name, different things, move names out the way. Esau Bella take my middle name, Illical Bark thrown away. Then I become Esau Muhammad. If you add up Haji, which means the guy is, then you add Imam, which means Reverend on, it starts to look like the name is changing. That's how I've done the stupid thing. Oh, it changed his name. It's so sad that all Muslims in New Arabic, if you look at my name, realize I'm not changing my name. I'm doing the same thing people do when they drop titles. I said, I'm not Imam because I'm no longer being Muslim, so it's not fair for me to call myself Imam. Point blank, if I come down south here and come and move in the land and my name is Isa Muhammad, I'm going to be stereotyped as a right? Right, but Arab, right? And that's terrorism makes that. So I'm not going in there like that. I'll use my family name on my mother's side, not my family name on my father's side, which is obviously my prerogative and legal because I have a passport now in the name. So they acknowledge the name Malachi D. York. The passport issued from the government. So I can do that. I can use my mother's name or I can use my father's name. If I'm out of Islam and I'm into right knowledge, I don't want to have an Islamic name because people just see the crescent on our hat and say, oh, you're all Muslim? Because the crescent is synonymous now with Muslim and not moon worship like it should be. So we have that's the name situation here. The dates are wrong. The fact is, a company says there's a big monolith, so let's call it, a pylon, but we're closing gates. You see any gate out there? No. You have to ask yourself, why are they doing that? And why are the Nubians inmates who work in this paper, who drive by here not saying what? You know what I'm saying? Because y'all said out there in a Christian church, white Christian church, you don't go inside their business. Why is this here? I'll tell you why this is here. And if you drive to military right now, as you're approaching into military, the new church to start out as a mobile home, and they within a year have built this big church out there. Soon you come into military on your left, right? Not in paper. No investigation. Don't know who Reverend is. I drive all the time. I watch the building so fast. I'm like, no. Right off the road. See that? Coffee out there. Nobody wants to know who they are. Go to driving through Mills to your left. You see a new churches back there. Nobody wants to know who they are. Why? I'll tell you why. But they don't want us to have anything of our own. They are starting to come to our classes. Caucasians, last week, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, they want this shit. They got Judaism, Christianity, Satanism, they got all kinds. They got New Age, Third World, they got all kinds of crap. This is something new that they say has started within the last 4 years, and we got it. It's our stuff. We're out there building tournaments. They have nothing to do with tournament industry other than going over there and misinterpreting how they got built. And I'm telling you, let me just say something. If I can. I'm telling you what stupid is. Stupid is. How did the Egyptians move these massive rocks? Go to Florida, to Coral Castle, a white man sits off at Coral Castle, built a whole stone castle in what he called a tribute to his sweet 16 who comes from another star. He did a universe. They heard about the Coral Castle. The man's name is Edward Lee Allen, who worked with Tesla, by the way. And you know Tesla. This man moved massive stones, and they got their take on it. They would hide and look. He would know when they come. And he would just stop working. They got all this stuff. They might be far, right? He would stop working. And then he would tell them, I see y'all. Sneaking around. They out here sneaking. We catch them out there. I know it's something. The brother said, come on in. You know, you don't let go out there just before you stay on that road. And it's mad about one of these trucks, they make them read it.
So I say, pull on in and get out and walk around. Don't go over there. That private property of the people's houses, which they say in the paper, well, we have at least 26 people, I think they said, registered to vote. What other cause? Goes into the township to vote. Now we are isolated. We don't participate with anything going on. All the KKK, and all these white people down here around small minority groups are so afraid of us because we're so isolated when we go to town to vote. Which means we walk in the town and we walk in and we sign our name, who we are, we're ready to do the center. You know, we have out here registered 26 people. And that means registered as what? Resident in what? A community. How to become a compound. Oh, some unanimous person says he sees rifle holding security guards. Because they think we're stupid enough to help out rifles like this. So they think that guns, we don't go here. Hey, if you smash the people in Waco, they don't come. If you went out to Ruby Ridge and shot their children, a man's children, and he was one of y'all KKK members, hell, we know what you do to us. We ain't gonna hardly walking around here with no little block guns, or we can fly over there and talk tomorrow. We're not that stupid. That's the problem. They think all we can do it. They're not even up the gate where our mind is going now. How fast we're moving. They're so slow. They still think we're spinning on the floor. Look, right there. Look, I'll say another whole level down. I'm telling you the truth. So these kind of things here, you know what you're supposed to do? Supposed to make you say, I ain't going out there. Y'all supposed to still here. So then they're going to get some, and the more we instruct of Egypt, and when they walk with the guy by the Egypt, Egyptian head speakers, and they hear children singing in their own language, why? They didn't have it. They have their own language. Because that was called for certain scholars in the country today. What do you mean their own language? What language is it? It was bringing intellectuals. And you can't have intellectuals come here, because intellectuals will come here and they will start to read our books. And then they'll say, the man from planet Rizq, Jesus came from planet Orion, according to your Bible. You understand? He said his father, in my father's house there are many. So he said his father's house in heaven, his house is up there in heaven. How come that makes sense? How come you sit in your church and take something like that, where it says, in my father's house there are many mansions, meaning Jesus has a heavenly father, but he said in Matthew 6, our father who art in heaven. And up there he has constructed mansions. Then you say that's not literal. So how come you don't come and ask me what I mean by man from planet Rizq, and what is literal and what is unliteral about whatever? Because you want to get a youth if you raise right. I say that something is coming for us.
Think about that now.
Hey, that sounds saying to you as a Christian? Let me take off the word reveal. And the name they added on hair and mouth. Let me move that. And let me go back to say that your heavenly Father is sending his heavenly host. And Jesus is at the head of them to come get you out this mess. He's coming to get you, as they say, out this mess. It's called the bracket in the church. And we have hung around and sat in our churches, and we have cried, and we have prayed. We got possessed and bounced around on the floor like a fish out of water. Saying, he's coming. I know he's coming. My Savior is coming. Coming to save me and you if you allow him into your life as your personal Savior. You understand? Now, does that sound like I'm saying I'm Jesus? No. But before anybody comes, they always send a forerunner. Why can't I be a forerunner? Because I'm black? It must be a white boy, huh? I mean, because it wasn't about anything but white, because some young moon said he was born one because he was born in, they smashed him. A man popped up in London called McClayer. He was an Indian and said he was a born one, they smashed him. Over there now in India, there's a guy called Sai Baba. They go after him. They go after him. They go, and the day You know, now, it's all right for me and you as a people to believe that God is coming for us after all this dirt. It's all right to believe He's coming to save our souls. But then when I start trying to cue in on what to look for, hang on, I don't know why they don't tell me. But somebody's coming to save me, and I'm in the airport, the niggas flying airport. The reason why people hold up signs like this and say, Johnson, is because of the chauffeur and the person traveling to make some type of ritual contact. Johnson, the limousines out here. And they usually tell you from the limousine service, you'll be wearing this tall fat man or truck man on the reservation. Now I'm saying, you need to tell me what my chauffeur, who's going to chauffeur me out of this mess hell that heaven is going to look like. And because I'm starting to inquire now, because it is obvious that Mother Nature has got man on the run. Floods, earthquakes, landslides, and militia groups. Militia groups in the country mean that Americans are no longer respecting the Constitution. The Constitution tells them if you're not satisfied, rise up. Those are not black groups. And saying, now, if you can't manage your country, I'm supposed to trust you. Your people are getting scared. They got easy seats. I'm not supposed to be scared. Your people were rebelling against you and setting up militia groups and all kinds of stuff and trying to blow up the FBI building in Oklahoma. You got to bury your damn holiday. I'm not supposed to worry. You been kicking me in the butt for 300 years. The moment you get drunk, the first thing comes to your mind is put on a sheet and ride my name when it's all his name. And I'm not supposed to worry when I see young people getting scared. When I was a young boy, the most we heard of was HKK. Now I'm an old man. I hear skinheads, alien nation, the white world, the KKK, white supremacists, whatever, freemen. There's about 100 of them out there now. And I can't have one little organization to myself without you want to come in here, write articles about us and me. And if you read the article, it's obvious that they couldn't dig up no terrorists. The sheriff himself said, I have no reports of any crimes out there, and he's added. And if I do, I'm going to deal with them the way I deal with anybody else. Meaning, you're not going to color my opinion by yours. I'm not going out there banging on heads without going out there and investigate. The funny part about that newspaper that kid is reading there, the girl that they're talking about, whose mother gave him a telephone call, they're lying their butts off. The girl they're talking about still is in the community, never down here. And her mother is a part of the organization now. That's something we spoke from her. She was lying. You know that when they came out here, because they were visiting here in the future, she heard her daughter standing by, and her got to the husband, you and your wife go out there and talk to your mother about the sheriff within it, the whole way out to say your mother, and then come on in and tell her the sheriff, she's all right. You know the sheriff, I'm all right. The sheriff has they sat out there and talked about it. They went home. Mother from New York, here in a room, our daughter got pregnant. She said, that's the daughter's husband. She's 117. So over 18 years, she was 21 years old. She's talking about 17. And this how they create. They didn't have anything. You notice they never once said doctor. They never once got over education. Because they would have had to say, this man graduated from University of Cairo, University in England, he's a so-and-so, this is better than what you do. So they would have to say that, and I'll make another branch of white relation. Another problem. When you read the article, you can see that they repeat, then they go get a guy who's a cult buster. Yeah. And he said, according to me, these people have all the workings of a cult. And then the definition of a cult is an organization that's culture that has not met mainstream culture. That's not a cult. Stupid. Let me look at your own definition. You don't have a definition of a cult. Meanwhile, he is an organization that goes out to investigate cults. Hello? You are a cult. You're a cult because you're making tokens to go into other people's private lives and investigate them because of your belief about what they believe. You're a cult, fool. It's a sad situation that we have something going out here. A family thing happening to buy, people are coming. Some of the people here wasn't here last week, and it would be soon by June. They go, oh, no, it's great. I had to do. In that paper, she said they have no set date as of yet from where they're going to have their annual gathering when everybody can come out and walk through their compound and families can visit. Most people who live there, their mothers and fathers live there with them. It is not a child thing where everybody's drunk from here. Mothers and fathers convert. Read the book of Malachi. It tells you what I'm here to do. I'm here to turn the hearts of the fathers to their children. Something you could not do. And it's happening. Most of the people here, parents are now starting to read. Some of you people here, your mother and father are starting to read the books now. And that's what they say, oh, don't do that. Because you put it in the air. It will come around. Because you go right with the right example. Don't go just hyper on your safety. If they see that you ain't drinking and drugging and hanging out like and stupid and trying to take care of your wife and your kids and talking about going to school and getting a Christian education, and which is what we teach, the mother and father see it different. But we yourself, and they know that. They see that we have the power to stop gangs. They see I got young boys tying their shoes up and pulling their pants up. All these young boys there will get popped standing around here. You know, it's wrong to get about little things. All these young boys there, they came out here, they pants down, sleeping up that woman. And now they stand up there and start to slowly but surely make a metamorphosis so they can fit into mainstream so we can do something about improving our way of life. So we can get our piece of the pie. The problem is, there's so many other people in the country, and everybody taking slices out the pie, that damn, if you ain't no key for us who built the country. There's Koreans in here, the Chinese in here, there's everybody in the country, everybody who's a slice of the pie. Now it's coming around to get our slice of the pie. They don't want to buy it. So what are you going to do outside and visualize it? It's bad with you. And when I tell you, I don't trust your opinion no more. Especially when it comes to me. Because you have double standards. You understand? I saw with my own eyes what you did to Rodney King. Nobody had to tell me about Rodney King. I saw it. And those men are not in jail for attempt murder. Just because they belong to an organization that you established and I paid for by my tax. I saw a double standard in O.J. case. How can a man be found not guilty but liable for a charge that he's not guilty? Either he killed him or he didn't. If he didn't kill him, then you can't take money out of his pocket. I think he killed him. But I see that the system just doesn't mean. You understand? I understand crime doesn't pay, meaning all the criminals don't pay. All of us. We pay. I can see these things. Like I said, I am not a Farrakhan problem. Like a Farrakhan, if someone wants to give him $1 million to improve the conditions of black people, how you going to tell them no? You got to make a new law. And they're going to say, by all means, take $1 billion and start a new anti-black political party. Give them a heat. Come on, man. When you made the statement, you knew darn well it wasn't going to let him take. How you going to tell me that you believe, with all the pressure you've been under, and just 4 years ago you were screaming, they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me, I know they're going to kill me, nobody's trying to kill me. You understand? I was out from. So now you're going to get on public television and say, a white man who's anti-American called Gaddafi is going to give me $1 billion to set up a political agenda against America. And Americans will say, oh, in that case, well, come on in with it. I didn't tell us you plan on overthrowing the country. Start doing stuff like that and saying stuff like that, it makes me kind of wonder. And it doesn't surprise me that you're going under. But it makes me kind of wonder whose side you're on. And I can't believe you can make a public statement like that and they will get $1 billion. Go start some black political group to overthrow America. Come on. And you better become conscious and listen to what people are talking about. If I'm saying, look at it, just look at it. Look at the paper. They don't have nothing. They couldn't dirty me up if they wanted. They tried. No way. If you read the number, they repeat themselves 4 times to make it look long. We know they repeat themselves over and over again. So they don't know what to say. And they didn't come out here and ask me. That's not true. They didn't ask me about the interview. But they want to interview, they could be sitting here right now and ask me. Because I'm here on Sunday. Like all the other reverends and preachers and pastors and teachers who reach out people on Sunday, but Sunday represents us. Wrong.